Welcome to the Mesonet Weather Report. I'm Wes Lee. Mesonet not only measures real-time weather conditions, but it also has some value-added tools combining different weather parameters. The OK Fire section of our website is a great example of this. Three important components of a wildfire are fuel loads, greenness, and weather. Last Saturday, these components all came together in a bad way for northwest Oklahoma. Humidity levels in that area dropped into the teens in the afternoon. Levels below 20% can be critical. Westerly wind gusts were also extremely high, with several locations clocking winds above 58 miles per hour. Rain has also been mostly absent in northwest Oklahoma, as you can see from this days from a quarter-inch rain map as of Saturday, making fuel loads there extremely flammable. Drought has delayed the green up of our warm season plants as seen on this relative greenness map. This made the Mesonet Burning Index map show some extreme conditions in the northwest. The higher the index, the higher the potential flame height. These conditions coming together made wildfires extremely dangerous. Two fires in Woodward and Woods counties that day did significant damage before they could be controlled. Rain fell in most areas of the state midweek, but again missed the northwest, keeping wildfire conditions at an elevated level for now. Now here's Gary focusing on that developing drought in that area.
Thanks, Wes. Good morning, everyone. Well, we got some good rains in the state. It's Oklahoma, though, so when we're dealing with drought, usually the rain tries to stay away from those areas. That happened this week a little bit. Let's take the newest drought monitor map, see what we're looking at. Well, unfortunately, we see a lot more color on the map than what we had last week. Much of northwest Oklahoma, at least the far northwestern corner, is now dealing with moderate drought conditions. That extends from Roger Mills, Ellis counties, all the way over to parts of north central Oklahoma and out into the Panhandle, with a broader area of that yellow abnormally dry conditions color on the map. Also, notice across parts of east central down into south central Oklahoma, we now have a tongue of moderate drought up in Adair County, a little bit farther to the west in Cherokee County, and then we go down into the south central part of the state with those abnormally dry conditions. So these are new areas. Hopefully some of the rain that fell after Tuesday will erase some of this on the new map, but I'm afraid not much of that's going to occur across northwest Oklahoma, at least not what we're looking at so far this week. A lot of those areas I talked about do show up as a little bit of a weakness in the rainfall maps, at least for the growing season, March 1st through April 10th. We see across the northwestern corner of the state those blue colors, again signifying generally less than an inch. But even over across east central Oklahoma, we do see that weakness, less than 4 inches in those areas, less than 3 inches, less than 2 inches. So these weak spots do tend to generate those abnormally dry conditions when it extends over a longer period of time. Now, if we look at the percent of normal rainfall map for that same time frame, since March 1st, we see those deficits start to show up quite nicely. Actually, not quite so nicely. Across far northwest Oklahoma, we see those areas less than 25% of normal over a large portion of that region. And then over into east central northeast Oklahoma, we see those other areas of deficits. But really, when you look at this map as a whole, there's a lot of orange, a lot of yellow on there signifying deficits, at least since the beginning of the growing season on March 1st. If we look at the departure from normal rainfall map, these numbers don't look quite so bad. They're generally 1 inch to 2 inches, close to 3 inches in some areas. So those deficits could be eradicated pretty quickly if we get some decent rainfall. Now, luckily, we're just now entering the wettest time of the year, the next 2 months from mid-April through mid-June, easily the wettest 2 months of the year for most of the state. Hopefully spring rainfall comes through and we get rid of this drought completely in the next couple of months. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.